how is it going? I think the best budget offense you can, or maybe do players. So practically are very cheap and very productive and good at each position. So like wide running backs. So yeah, this video should take, if not shorter. So yeah, let's get started. I have an 83 okay with 37 short passes, which isn't that good, but the 83 overall is decent. And like I said, these are all budget players. I mean, yes. And the highest for budget players, I mean, you know, rocking 16 grand, maybe 10 grand, you know, around there. But my base, all these players, pretty cheap. All these players you see right here, besides the elites, are all under 5K. Besides the elites, all these players are all under 5K. So, that being said, I'm gonna talk about why I did say these are budget players, but these are also elites. So elites aren't really budget players, not what you would think of. Mostly golds are very budget players, but these are very good players. They're elite too, and they're cheap. But you know, I guess it could be in the spendy price too, in the same way. So I'm gonna quit the chit chat and go straight into it. So I'm gonna start off with the wide receiver spots. All right, I'm gonna name a whole bunch of wide receivers that are really cheap, very good. All should be under 5K, and they're amazing in what they do. All have very extreme good height. All have extremely good height. So first off, let me just talk about my two elite wide receivers first to get them out of the way. I think Amari Cooper and Marquise Colston, I think I pronounced his name correctly, are two very good, cheap wide receivers that are rated very good and for the price. So Marquise, I bought him for 20K and 5K. So in my opinion, getting a 91 overall wide receiver for 25K is good deal. And another one is getting Marquise Colston for 20 grand is also a very good deal. The reason why I say that is because you look at their stats, all right, back to back. I'm gonna start with Amari Cooper and then Colston. So speed, catching, inclusive, yada yada. So starting with Amari Cooper, he has 95, and then Colston has 86. I mean, look at those stats right there. With that, it's Amari Cooper's impressive, but with like Marquise Colston, whatever, he has 86 speed. Okay, it isn't bad, it isn't incredible, it's decent. But you look at this factor here, 6'4", and his jump is 93. That right there, game changer. I mean, game changer. That's like practically, he's like a lower version of Calvin Johnson. That is pretty impressive. I mean, I would literally, in this game, I would literally compare him with Megatron. So yeah, so like a lower standard of like Megatron. So yeah, Marquise Colston. And then we have 95 catching, 94 catching for Colston, 90 inclusiveness, and 48 for Colston. Yes, he's not that inclusive, but you have to realize he has his other stats will make up for his not being as inclusive as the standards. His back catch is 88. Cooper is 93. Cooper release is 90. Marquise is 96. Route running 94, 86. Catching and traffic 96, 98. Very good right there. And jumping 90, 93. So these cards right here are very good for elite. And I feel like for the price they are, you know, it's good. So now for budget players, 5K under, I really recommend anybody practically getting these cards. DeAndre Hopkins, Percy Harvin, Michael Floyd. I don't have the Knicks cards because I sold them because I got these elites. But Andrew Hopkins, Percy Harvin, Michael Floyd, Mike Evans from the Buccaneers, I believe. Greg Jennings, used to be Green Bay, I think Vikings, maybe not. And Martavius Bryant from the Steelers. All those wide receivers for budget wide receivers, they're all very good. personally my favorite one between all of them I just listed, between Mike Evans, Michael Floyd, and everybody. I feel like Martavis Bryant and Michael Floyd are the one that stuck out to me. DeAndre Hopkins is a close second to hitting at first. But yeah, I really recommend DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Floyd, and Martavis Bryant if you're looking for amazing wide receivers. I really recommend Martavis Bryant being in the slot because he has 91 speed. I recommend Michael Floyd being at the second, the number 2 for wide, and number 1 be DeAndre Hopkins. He's number 1 because he's just all around a better wide receiver. But I feel like Michael Floyd, even though his rating is a little bit lower than DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Floyd, whenever I lob it up to Michael Floyd, he would catch it. And DeAndre Hopkins, he does, but more likely Michael Floyd would catch more. So yeah, those are my wide receivers I really recommend. They're under 5K. I'm gonna list them one more time: DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, Michael Floyd, Martavis Bryant, Greg Jennings. I think I named them all. So yeah, that being said, those are the wide receivers and those are done. Alright, as you see right here in my line, this is what I think is the best budget players for my offensive line. This is right here, from left tackle to right tackle, from left guard to right guard to center. These are by far the best budget players I feel like for their pricing and what they stand on. They're all gold. They all have a decent passing block, which is what you want to look for. 95, 91, 85, 91. I mean, for Brown. Ramirez has a good 87, 80. That's pretty decent. 82 run block, 91 pass block. So far, they're really pass heavy, which is good because I bet. 83, 95. So 83 run, 95 pass. So see, really good passing, pretty decent run. 89 run and 86 pass, which is good. So yeah, those are very good offensive linemen. I really recommend them. Should be all under 5K, if not the most. 7K at the highest possible. For tight end, I really recommend Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates is just a very good player. He's also elite. I bought him for 15K. I know it might be not, it's still a really good car. I mean, yes, he's not that fast, but he's 60 spec catch and 80 catching traffic, which isn't that impressive, but at a tight end spot, that's really good. And 92 catching. So yeah, he's a very good player. He's practically an all-around good player. You can check out his stats, So yeah, that's pretty impressive. So now tight end's done, offensive line is done. Now we got wide receivers done. Let's go down to the halfbacks, fullbacks, and QBs. So for the halfback position, if you don't really have Jerick McKinnon, because I know everybody has Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon is the way to go. I mean, literally, he is the way to go. It's either between, if I have to put a halfback in my squad that I have personally right now, it'd be Jerick McKinnon and Archer. And I don't like getting those fancy, high-profile running backs. I mean, I don't mind them if I get it for free or like a very good deal. But if it's anything above 20K for any player, I don't care if you're Jamal Charles, I don't care if you're Marshawn Lynch, Adrian Peterson, Eddie Lacy, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to get you if you're over 20K for halfbacks. Because I say that because carrying doesn't really matter. And Jerick McKinnon, he has 94 speed, 93 acceleration with a 93 juke. Okay, carrying doesn't matter, but he does have a good carrier with 93. So that right there is just impressive stats. And then we have Dre Archer with a 96 speed and 95 acceleration with another 94 juke. That right there is also very impressive, okay? And Jerick McKinnon and Dre Archer do have decent inclusiveness, 88 and 87. The thing that they lag on is trucking, but then again, you have to remember, that's why the risk is so low, because they are not power backs, alright? They're speed backs. They're not freight trained, but they're like agility trains. Not freight, but trains, just regular trains. So yeah, those are my two halfbacks I really recommend, and very cheap. Jerick McKinnon and Dre Archer. Now, if you're looking for a very mobile QB, I know a lot of people have Russell Wilson. I had him. I didn't like him. He was very inaccurate. He's not that good. So yeah, I don't really recommend Russell Wilson. Personally, and I had the elite Russell Wilson. I think the second elite, not the best one, but the second lowest. But Teddy Bridgewater, he's a good backup quarterback, and he's pretty mobile. He's decent at deep, but he's pretty good short and medium. Yeah. But this guy here, pocket, yes, and he can scramble a little bit. I can see him scramble a little bit. If you had this offensive line, you don't really have to scramble. But Ben Roethlisberger is very good in passing, and we all know this. So yeah, I really recommend him. He's around 10K. And then this dude right here, don't know his name, but he's an all-around good fullback. You look at his stats. But if you're just looking for someone to block your halfback or your quarterback or whatever, just a blocking person, you don't really want to run with him or anything like that, or make plays with catching or anything like that, very involved, just blocking, I really recommend Lee Smith, because Lee Smith has an 87 run block with a 86 strength. So yeah, that's pretty good. So that right there is my budget squad form offensive players. So yeah, I really recommend all these players. You can, I guess, pause the video or whatever and see who I have. Again, I'm just gonna state this one more time. Remember, if you are looking for very cheap wide receivers that are really good, I really recommend DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, Greg Jennings, Latavius Bryant, and Michael Floyd. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful time killing everybody on MUT 16. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later.